Coach, you don't think of rifle as an emotional thing or hey, everything is down, everyone's all tied into it and jump, but this was probably as, I guess, fired up, emotional crowd into it as anyone you've seen?
It was certainly as close as we've had in a long time. I mean, yeah, just makes it incredibly exciting. A lot of people have asked me like if I knew the math and where we stood, and I was like, I'll be very much so. I mean, it's emotional for me because it's been a bit of a ride. 8 years since we last won, and this team this year have been amazing. They've worked so hard. They've pushed each other. They've been a great team together. Two seniors finishing their career in just an amazing way. So yeah, a lot of emotions, and it's been a long time since a match's championships come down to the last, 10 shots, 5 shots, last shot even. So hopefully that's a good advert for our sport. I mean, it's super exciting for everyone to watch. It's a little hard watching it as coaches sitting there, but just feel really fortunate that we were able to come through today and have the comeback that we did, and just really pleased for the team and all our fans and supporters and people associated with WVU Rifle.
Does this really show how close the top teams are? I mean, not just a one-point victory, but you, TCU, Alaska, Kentucky are just back and forth every year.
Yeah, absolutely. The parity has got really close. I think that's been the difference the last 5 years compared to 10 years ago. It's really, you'd go to championships and maybe feel like you just had to beat one team. Now there's so many more good shooters going to different places, so many teams that you start the season that you're like, it could be a handful of teams. I think if you take the score that we shot today to win, I think at least 6 teams can shoot that score, maybe 7 or 8. I don't know the math, and so that shows how many, we go into championships now knowing that, it's pretty open, and so yeah, a lot more parity. It makes it harder to win, and so just obviously incredibly excited today, and great to get that win finally.
Biggest key, the depth. I mean, you had to throw a score out like most people do, but you had enough, competitors in there that did that, and it seemed like that was kind of a story this year.
Yeah, I think that could be in terms of throughout the year. I think our depth has been really good. I think this weekend, yeah. I mean, I think everyone contributed. I mean, I could name great things that all of them did, but hard not to highlight Natalie. I mean, to come in here as a senior, her last collegiate match, to shoot a personal best in small bore. The emotions today of knowing that we were still in a championship fight, coming off the highs of yesterday to shoot the match that she did today, just unbelievable. And I mean, if you could write it for how someone could finish their shooting career, I don't think you could you write it any better. So I think her ability to be composed and professional and manage her emotions and work through her match feeling uncomfortable and so many emotions, just her performance was beyond impressive, and obviously the whole team, and like you said, we got contributions from everyone. A couple of them that didn't feel like they shot great yesterday, especially Ashlyn and Lowry, to come back with the matches they had today. Like, that takes a lot of character and determination and grit, so just very impressive and great to see them do it.
Natalie said she didn't feel like she managed her emotions, but was able to work through it. I mean, is that the key to
yeah,
that?
I mean, kind of the score speaks for itself. Like, she was dealing with a lot. I mean, I think that's what it says. She was struggling to deal with her emotions, and it made it incredibly hard, but she still focused on one shot at a time. She still went through her process. She had those thoughts and was able to then redirect and come back, and she managed them superbly well, even though they were there. So, yeah, absolutely.
Finally, your competitors that went through last year had a pretty similar season, fell a little bit short at the end. Does that help them any, you think, in managing this?
I think maybe. I don't know if it does or it doesn't. I think this year we were maybe closer as a team, so I think maybe they felt more support from each other, or I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint that. I think, eventually after so many second or thirds, you feel like you got to get over the line eventually. So I'm sure that gave them a little bit of resiliency, and we maybe who knows, coming in maybe as number 2 and rather than number 1 team, like you know that you're capable, but you know, maybe feel that extra added pressure and things like that. So it's hard to say, but just very impressive how they managed this weekend and how they were able to compete and shoot a performance that was just enough.
Finally, other than playing ping pong, how do you celebrate?
Oh, good question. We'll go for a nice team dinner this evening. It's spring break, so I know some of them are getting ready to get on spring break. You know, hopefully it's not too wild a night, and we'll get back in the van and get home for tomorrow. So we'll make sure we enjoy ourselves a little bit, and I'm sure the team members will celebrate as well.